Alt Rock Radio Now is recorded and produced at Music City Studio in Kelowna, BC. Music City Studio is a recording studio and rehearsal space that also hosts jam nights and runs workshops and courses. Visit musiccitystudio.ca for more details. Touring musicians welcome. This is Alt Rock Radio Now. My name is Vincent Jones and I'm your host. Beside me here in the studio, Kelowna's Music City Studio, I have Mike Pedersen and Valaura Vedan, and they are my co-hosts, and we're all set to bring you another great episode filled with awesome music. We hope you all had a wonderful day yesterday, and I should point out that we're recording this show pre-Christmas. So we've still got it all to look forward to. We have no idea what's going to happen on Christmas Day for us yet. What surprises are in store, whether Santa's even going to come to us, we have no idea. I know that I'm on the nice list. But yeah, anyway, that's all to come for us. And this week's episode has sort of got a Boxing Day, New Year's feel to it, obviously because today's Boxing Day when you guys are listening to it. So this is also our last episode before 2014 as well. So that's why we're going with a bit of a New Year's thing as well. So we won't see you until next year after this week. So our first song this week comes from a band who are called Sharkmuffin, and their song's called Foul Play. And they're a garage rock pop trio out of Brooklyn, New York. Now, I should warn you that this tune is a really quick, awesome tune. So get ready for it. It's going to wake you up. It's like a shot of caffeine in the morning. So give it a listen.
Said you want to talk like the earth stopped. Let's take a walk. Are you afraid you'll get caught? Can't stop the clock. The power of his voice. It's a long way down to his old beach house. Play with the turtles. Play with the turtles. You don't wanna stop. We wait in the parking lot. We should have saved it now, but you don't know how. You're gonna be good enough if you're gonna be good enough.
So once again, that song was Sharkmuffin with their song Foul Play. It's a good one to wake you up from the Christmas Day sort of coma that you're in on
Turkey
Boxing
coma.
Day. Yeah, you know. Actually, speaking of Boxing Day, do you guys know where the term comes from?
No, I just read something and I totally forget.
Yeah. Do you know, V?
No, but
I
I know
hadn't-
that I know. It's going to annoy me when you say it.
Did it start in Canada?
Not that I found on the internet.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
But I sort of, I didn't know until I looked it up too, but when I was a kid, the term Boxing Day always made me think of like, well, obviously boxing, right? So I used to like kind of think, oh, did they used to have boxing on these days way back in the day? Or like kind of guesstimate on what speculate on what the origin of it was. But anyway, I looked it up online and I found an entry on Wikipedia, so it's got to be like 100% legit. Can't be inaccurate, of course. But I've ripped this straight from Wikipedia. So it says, Boxing Day is traditionally the day following Christmas Day, believe it or not, when servants and tradesmen would receive gifts from their bosses or employers, known as a Christmas box. Today, Boxing Day is better known as a bank or public holiday that occurs on 26th December or the first or second weekday after Christmas Day, depending on national or regional laws. It's observed in the United Kingdom, Canada, Hong Kong, Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa, and some other Commonwealth nations. And the exact The exact etymology of the term, got it right, yes, Boxing Day is unclear, so they don't really know where it comes from. And there are several competing theories, none of which is definitive. So I think what that means is what I just said in the first paragraph is contradicted in the second paragraph. But basically, anyway, that's where it comes from. Apparently the Christmas box that bosses would give to their employees. So now you know.
Now you know.
Now you know where Boxing Day comes from.
The more you know.
Our next song this week comes from a band called
Suspense
builds. So I feel like I said bang instead of band, so I was kind of like stopping, and I don't know why, because I can't go back and do it again. It comes from a band called Park Bench Society, and their song's called Room Number 66. They're an alt ska act out of Loughborough, England, and they recently announced on Facebook, and this is kind of funny, that the recording of the fourth EP is finished, and they promise it'll be out before England are knocked out of the World Cup. So that's the little England football joke for anybody that kind of follows soccer. The World Cup's coming up in 2014, and nobody is really expecting England to do very well because our team's average at best at the moment. But, you know, probably 2 weeks before the tournament begins, everyone will get worked up into a big fever by the press, and we'll be thinking we can win the whole thing. But anyway, that's a little bit of a joke from those guys. And let's get into the song.
Where she gone, don't know where she thinks she is. She's trying to slip away, now she's slipping out of sight. And she's on the street corner, 8:30, luring the shots in with a babel. Don't mind if they bite. And I wanna go back to before this started. Now she's doing everything so half-hearted. Ain't putting up a fight, no, she ain't putting up a fight. And she knows she don't deserve this, and knocks at the door. Ain't room service, and up to the room number 66. Trying to solve problems she can't fix, but above all the usual tricks. Where all the boys gonna get their kicks? So tense, every word they say was tightening the vibes. I'm trying to stay one step ahead, but tempting sharks is a dangerous game, so tread carefully, cause every shark needs to be fed. And the waves hit a boat, she begins to panic. Don't want to end up like Titanic. Plenty more fish in the sea, and I don't know why she's back for more, but looking on the number at the door, that's where she'll be, that's where she'll be. And up to the room number 66, where all the boys gonna get their kicks. And she knows she don't deserve this, and knocks at the door. Ain't room service, and up to the room number 66. Trying to solve problems she can't fix, but above all the usual tricks. Where all the boys gonna get their kicks. Troubleshooting faults in your mind. No, I know it's been a long time. Oh, it's been a long time. Contradicting words in your mind. But I was up to the room number 66, where all the boys gotta get their kicks. And she knows she don't deserve this, and knocks at the door. Ain't room service, and up to the room number 66. Trying to solve problems she can't fix, fed up of all the usual tricks. Where all the boys gotta get their kicks.
So that was Room Number 66 from Park Bench Society. Mike, do you want to throw us into your pick for this week?
Sure. The one I'm going to do is from a younger guy named Jackson Cook. I think he just turned 19. He was based out of Los Angeles for a while, and he's actually back up here in Kelowna. He did this single here. It's called I Hurt the Girl.
Cool. Let's have a listen.
How can I go on like this? Another day without your kiss. Doesn't matter how hard I try. All you do is sit and cry. I didn't know that she was your friend. It's my fault, why must this end? I wish I could turn back the time. I do what's right to make you mine. I'm the girl that I love so much. Took her heart and I ripped it up. I was blind and I couldn't see that you're the only girl in the world for me. And I'm so sorry that I hurt you, girl. Oh, sorry that I hurt you, girl. I know I broke your heart and that's a fact, but I want you to want me back. I know it's tough, but you'll be okay, and there's no reason to run away. Give me a chance to make it right. I won't give up without a fight. It doesn't matter how hard I gotta try, 'cause all I wanna do is make you mine. I'm the girl that I love so much. Took her heart and I ripped it up. I was blind and I couldn't see that you're the only girl in the world for me. I think I'm gonna have me a heart attack if I don't get my baby back. I'm gonna make you see you're the only girl in the world for me. And I'm sorry that I hurt you, girl. Give me a chance to make it right. I won't give up without a fight. I know I broke your heart and that's a fact, but I really need to have you. I'm the girl that I love so much. Took her heart and I ripped it up. I was blind and I couldn't see that you're the only girl in the world for me. I'm the girl that I love so much. Took her heart and I ripped it up. I was blind and I couldn't see, and I'm so sorry. And I'm so damn sorry. And I'm so sorry that I hurt you, girl. I want my baby back. I want my baby back. I want my baby back. Sorry that I hurt you, girl.
It's Jackson Cook. I Hurt the Girl.
Awesome. So, New Year's is coming up. Do you guys make resolutions?
No.
No.
So you don't have one for 2014 then,
No.
obviously.
No. I do if I feel like I'm going to make a resolution, I make it on my birthday. Because that's my year.
Right.
Is that, and so I'll set a goal for myself, like something that I want to do by the time I turn whatever I'm turning next.
Yeah.
But I don't do them for New Year's because I think it's a little bit silly.
Yeah, I think most people don't even follow through with what they plan. So
No, by like second week of January,
Yeah.
like people have given up on
everybody's
it already.
saying they're going to get in shape, and they're still a fat mess on the couch. So
That's funny that you say that because I looked online, and again, this is very scientific, but according to the internet, New Year's Eve resolutions date back as far as ancient Babylonian times.
Oh.
And the most common New Year's resolution is to lose weight. So you hit the nail on the head there, Mike. A lot of people are going to be making that resolution and probably not sticking to it. They'll be in the McDonald's drive-thru in the second week of January,
yeah.
But yeah, I don't really make them either. I mean, if I do make them, I'm sure to make them something that I will follow through on because I don't like to make promises that I can't keep, even to myself. So yeah, but I don't tend to do like the lose weight ones. Mine would be more like, oh, I want to do less of this, or I want to go and have this really amazing experience, or blah blah blah. Like it's usually something like that for me. But yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of think New Year's resolution is a little bit setting yourself up for failure, because so many people choose something that's like way bigger and way beyond what they can achieve, and it's really disheartening when you don't reach those goals. And if you keep setting resolutions for yourself and you never achieve them, you're just training yourself not to follow through.
Yeah. And the
So
thing
just
is,
don't do it.
The thing is for resolutions, and I have a theory actually. So with a New Year's resolution, you feel good when you're making it, right? It's Christmas time, or it's the holidays, and maybe you've had a few drinks on New Year's, and someone goes, hey, what's your New Year's resolution? And you say whatever it is, to give up smoking or lose weight. And you feel good. At that moment, you don't actually have to give up on it. And you're like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it when January comes around. Like tomorrow I'll quit, whatever, I'll start my regime tomorrow. But if you make a commitment to something when you're in a really good mood, or you don't have to do it right away, it's way easier to do it. It's the same with like if somebody asks you to do something when you're in a bad mood. It's kind of like, don't ask me when I'm in a bad mood, and don't ask me when I'm in a good mood. Just ask me when I'm middle of the road, because that's when you get the more legitimate response, right? So people making New Year's resolutions when they feel good, they've had a few drinks, you're going to go for something maybe more outlandish, more unrealistic. And then as soon as you've failed on it, you feel bad and you just totally give up on it, because what's the point, right?
Mm-hmm. Totally.
So, anyway, V, you've got a song for us. Do you want to?
I do. So my track today is from a couple. They're called John and Valerie Guerra. And it's a really short, very sweet little song called Sweet Dreams 2013.
Sweet dreams 2013. You came and went so fast. It is true, we love the new year, but you were not so bad. Sweet dreams, sweet dreams, sweet dreams 2013.
So that was Sweet Dreams 2013 by John and Valerie Guerra.
If this is your first time listening to our show, thanks for listening. If you are a repeat listener, thank you for listening. You can find us on iTunes, YouTube. Those are the two places that you can listen to us right now. And you can find us on social media as well. We're on Facebook and we're on Twitter. Just look for Alt Rock Radio Now on Facebook and ARR Now on Twitter. If you give us a like on Facebook there, you can keep up to date on all the stuff that we're up to. And the important thing to mention about our Facebook page is all the artists that we have on. What we do when each episode is released is we tag them in our posts. So if you're kind of wondering who's on this episode, just head on over to our Facebook page, click on over there, and you'll see the tags. You can click on that and you can search out the bands and buy their music and all that kind of good stuff. Tell them how awesome they are. So yeah, keep that in mind. And we've got another song coming your way now. Sorry, I totally fucked that up. No, I didn't.
Mike's like, well, you didn't before, but way to go, bro.
It's done now. It comes from a band called We Were Lovers, and they're a Canadian indie electro dance duo. So this is a really fun tune, and it's called Islands. Sorry, just a little inside joke here in the studio. Just something stupid Mike did, as usual. So that song was Islands, and it came from We Were Lovers. So guys, I'm totally lost. I'm totally lost. V, I know you've got a second song for us this week, but I think we're going to save it for the end, hey?
Yeah, we'll save
Okay.
it for the end.
But I know what it is already. It's Auld Lang Syne. And you know when that song, or where that song comes from?
Yes.
Go ahead.
It comes from a folks, it's actually like a poem, an old tale, and then it was popularized by, I want to say it was Richard Burns.
Close. It was Robert Burns.
Robert Burns, in like the 1700s.
Nice.
And then they set it to it was a poem, then they set it to a folk song.
Well done. That's actually more information than I have here on my screen. So.
Boom, look at me go.
So I am going to, it was Robert Burns. He's like a famous Scottish poet.
Yeah.
He was the one who popularised it. So
Yeah.
Nicely done. We're going to give that a listen a little later on here. We're going to end the show with that. So stay tuned for that. And we're going to dive into our next song here. It comes from a band called Mean Dream. And they're an alternative post-punk act out of Los Angeles. And the song that we're going to listen to, it came out in October. But it's got an 80s feel to it, and it's got a really beastie bass throughout the song as well. So have a listen, see what you think. The song is called Swamp Thing. So that was Mean Dream with their song Swamp Thing. So of course New Year's is coming up at the end of this month, and that's a big party evening. Do you guys have any really, really memorable New Year's stories that you can share with us? I think you do, Mike, just looking at your face.
I'm just trying to think.
I think that was the laugh for that I can share with you guys. Ha 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 ha.
Just let me think. I guess probably the most fun ones I had was being a teenager. It seemed a bit more exciting at that point. I remember one year, sort of the fun thing for some reason was to take the transit buses around. We grew up in a small town, so that was fun for some reason. And we get absolutely shit-faced just right around the buses. So you'd end up in, there's a place called Roslyn that was above trail, and there's another place called Fruitvale. So you would just take the bus all over the place and just end up at random spots. And one year it got out of control, and we had tied GTs to the back of the transit bus, and we were cruising around. Yeah.
Freaking rednecks, eh?
Yeah. That's what happens when you grow up in the Kootenays. That's how
You make
fun.
your own fun.
Yeah. Those were usually good times.
Nice.
Yeah.
Got any similar plans for this New Year's?
No, I don't think so. I think I'll take it easy.
Riots on the streets of Kelowna.
Yeah.
Mike's loose.
Amazing.
V, do you have one?
Yeah, I was trying to think about this. I've had some like New Year's tends to be like a really lackluster occasion for me. Things never seem to go the way that they're supposed to go, or and I also don't really like New Year's is a holiday where all of the idiots go out to get really, really drunk.
Yeah, they
and
go
I really don't like being in those crowds. So
Guys,
I tend
you
to
looking at me
avoid
while
that.
you're saying that?
I was just gonna say.
Idiots. But I do remember a couple of years ago there was a house party that I was at, and it was a really good time, and it was really fun, and there was it was, for whatever reason, there was like all kinds of like arguments going on, and people who were not behaving very well at the parties, and I almost got in a fist fight, and it was all kind of messy and a little bit juvenile, and but in hindsight, it's kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of like the last time I can remember being like kind of really silly and a little bit stupid. So probably that one, I guess.
Yeah, I think now for me, it's just more, it's better to not really have a plan and just kind of see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much going on New Year's
Yeah.
that it's sort of like see where the chips fall sort of thing. Cool.
How about you? Do you have a rad New Year's story?
You know, usually when I ask these questions, I tend to have one in mind. Just in case you guys do that to me. Spin it back around. But I'm glad that you did, actually, because I don't want to seem like the douchebag who just always throwing questions out there. Like, do you know this? Do you know that? As if I'm trying to, like, make you guys feel like you're not knowledgeable. I'm just sort of...
He's got his laptop in front of him.
True.
He's like the guy who calls into the radio stations and has like 3 computers out, with, like all the different answers ready to go.
So you can always spin them back around to me. I don't mind. But for this one, I don't really. Let me think about it. Pitch it back to me after this next song.
Do you have a most horrible New Year's?
Well, the thing for me about New Year's is it tends to be hit and miss. So it's either like really lame or really kind of a big event or whatever, right? So I don't know. I do have a scar on my hand that I'm looking at right now that came from a New Year's party. So I guess that's kind of a story, but maybe we'll get into that when we come back. But yeah, I mean, for New Year's, it's sort of, my parents usually do something. My parents are in town here. So, I mean, for a short time there, I usually spent New Year's at my parents' place, which was always fun. You know, they'd have their friends over and it'd be people you didn't see that often and, you know, fun hanging out with the family and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to like New Year's events that I've planned or like I've sort of been on not on my own for, but like, you know, done it with my friends or whatever, it tends to be sort of a hit and miss affair, if that makes sense. But anyway, let's get into another song and I'll tell you my story about the scar on my hand. It comes from an act called the Lake Poets. And the man behind this alternative act is Martin Longstaff, and he's from Sunderland in England. And Martin is described on the Lake Poets Facebook page as a bookish little goth called Martin who sings sad songs, which is really harsh. I'm sure Martin's a nice guy. I mean, I don't know. I've never met him, of course.
I'm picturing him in like an animated form. Like he's like one of those like new like trendy gothy type cartoon characters.
Interesting. Well, he makes really awesome music. Unfortunately, I can only pick one song for the show, but I would have liked to have played a few. But this one that we've picked is called April, and it's a really awesome tune. Just before we get into it, I should say that when Martin plays live, he's backed by a bunch of talented musicians as well, so it's not just Martin at his live shows, and it would be remiss of me not to mention that. But his song's called April. Let's give it a listen.
When April comes, it comes too soon, and I can't escape the river or the moon. But life goes on, or so they say. What is life without you in it? Anyway, I don't want you to hold me. I don't want you to hold me. I just want to. I just want you. I don't want you to hold me. I don't want you to hold me. I just want you. I just want you. I'll burn this book. I'll burn them all. All my words will turn to ashes, one and all. My aching heart, I'll never show. Keep on smiling through the sorrow. They'll never know. I don't want you to hold me. I don't want you to hold me. I just want you. I just want you. I don't want you to hold me. I don't want you to hold me. I just want you. I just want you.
Alright, so once again, that was the Lake Poets with their song April. So, I said I would tell you the story of the scar on my knuckle here, which actually looks way more badass in my opinion than it is. So I'm going to remove any badassness from it right now. But basically what happened is we had a New Year's party at my apartment a few years back. It was me and my roommate were living there at the time. And I won't mention any names, I won't incriminate anyone. But there was a girl on the balcony who we were sort of we didn't really know her that well. We were sort of acquaintances with, friends, you know, that sort of thing. And she was quite drunk. And we have this sort of like stucco on our wall on the outside on the balcony. It's really quite sharp, like just the way it's finished. And she fell. And so I just instinctively stuck my hand out to stop her banging her head. And her head sort of squashed my hand against the wall. And as she slid down, because I couldn't keep her up, I was sort of just cushioning her fall. My hand just scraped all the way down the wall. So I had this huge cut on my hand. Anyway, so she's like super wasted. Like she needs to go home and like just be taken home and all that stuff. So we go to get her in a taxi and make sure she gets home okay. Well, for whatever reason, bearing in mind I just like cut my hand open, saving her from smashing her head. As she's putting her shoes on by the door and we're sort of like taking her home, she just like slaps me super hard across the face. I have no idea why, right? Like I'm like, whoa, what? So anyway, we end up getting her in a taxi, and I'm with another girl from the party who was the girlfriend of my roommate, and so we're sort of taking her home. And she throws up on the other girl's dress. And it's just like a big gong show. And then we get her back to her apartment and she like can't get inside or can't remember where she lives, and we're in the taxi. So I actually ended up missing the countdown that night because we were making sure this girl got home safe. But yeah, it was just a crazy night, and it was like fun. I had a good time. But I don't know. It was fun and it wasn't at the same time. Like I say, that was like my New Year's kind of in a nutshell. Really, it was hit and miss.
Right.
You know, there was parts of it that were really awesome and like they were really fun, and then there was parts of it where I'm like, well, I could have done without that. But yeah, I have this nice scar on my knuckle that looks really epic, like I was defending someone's honor. But I mean, I guess I was saving someone from banging their head. That was nice. But it's not as badass as it would look, as it appears. So anyway, I think that's all my songs for this week. So Mike, we did your pick. Didn't we?
Yeah.
So we only have V's pick left. So I guess that's it for this week's show. Thanks for tuning in to us and listening. Please share the word around about our show. We'd really appreciate that. Of course, we're still pretty new, and any help we can get in getting the word out there would be really, really appreciated. Enjoy New Year's when it rolls around. Try not to get too many scars. And if you do, make sure they're badass scars, because those ones you can always live with. But yeah, thanks for listening, and I think we'll end on V's song because it's very, very appropriate. So V, why don't you introduce it?
Yeah, so again, this is from John and Valerie Guerra, and the song is Auld Syne. Vincent,
Awesome.
Are you gonna end it off?
Yeah, I guess we'll see you guys in 2014. Thanks for listening.
Acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind. Should old acquaintance be forgot and old time for
Alt Rock Radio Now is brought to you in part by Czek Creative. Czek Creative is a Kelowna-based digital agency that delivers results across Canada. Learn more at czekcreative.com. That's CSEK creative.com.